Hi friends, welcome back. Finding the perimeter of a circumscribed circle. So a circumscribed circle is one that we have a polygon on the outside of the circle. So let's take a look at this. Now, remember about tangent lines, this is really important. Tangent segments from a common external point are going to be congruent. So if I tell you that these are both tangent lines, meaning that they touch only one spot on the circle and they make a 90-degree angle with the radius, then these guys are going to be congruent, and because they're touching the same spot out here. So keep that in mind as we work on these polygons. So let's take a look at the first example. Find the perimeter of the polygon. Okay, looking at that, with that information then, what we know is, because this is 5.5, this other one, and I'm not the best at drawing these, my apologies. So we're gonna put a little dot, that's the one spot. I know it doesn't look like it touches, let's just pretend that it does. Okay, so we know this is 5.5, which means this has to be 5.5 as well, because these guys are congruent. This one is congruent to this one, so this is 4.9, this is 10, and this is 7.5. All right, so when we go to add all of that information up, we say 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 2 times 4.9, plus 2 times 5.5, plus 2 times 7.5. Okay. Good, and we add all of that up and we end up with 55.8. 55.8. All right, let's try another example here. Let's see. All right, we've got this one. Now this one's a little bit trickier because we have to do a little mixing here. So we know that this is 5.9, so this has to be 5.9 here. This is 9, so we know this guy has to be 9 here, but the whole thing is 14.2. So if we take 14.2 and we minus 9 from it, we end up with 5.2. So this little bit right here is going to be 5.2. That means this is also 5.2. Now if we take 14.1 and we minus 5.2 from that, we end up with 8.9. So this has to be 8.9 here, which makes this guy 8.9 here. So these are congruent, these are congruent, these are congruent, and these are congruent. And on this side, 5.2 and 9 gives us 14.2, and 5.2 and 8.9 gives us 14.1. So now we can go ahead and add all these up. So now that we know what these other ones are over here, we can say, okay, 8.9 plus 5.9, and that will give us 14.8 here, that whole distance. And then we have 9 plus, so this will give us 14.9 here. So we have 14.2 plus 14.9 plus 14.1 plus 14.8. So that's each of the total sides. Adding all those up, we end up with 58. So the perimeter of this figure would be 58 units. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you next time.